Good day, my little Robins. It's me, Beth. Another week's passed, which means you get another video from me here on this channel. If you haven't already read the title, yes, this has been a long time coming. I am finally back doing an album review. The album in question is Horizons by Beyond the Black. This was released on Friday the 19th of June, so last Friday. And I wanted to give the album a week to settle in and listen so I could make my opinion, honest. I haven't done an album review in a really long time, so yeah, I love Beyond the Black. That should be a fact. I might not cover them as often as I like on this channel, but I do like them. Before we begin, if you want to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking the like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified of when I upload on this channel. Enough rambling, let's just dive straight into Beyond the Black. Before we get into the song breakdown, I just want to say that I love symphonic metal and I also love power metal. And yes, in the beginning, Beyond the Black were kind of going down that route and I was, a-okay with that. But Horizon showcases that this band do not want to be stuck in the shadows, constantly being compared to the likes of Epica, Nightwish and Within Temptation, which quite a few people have made comparisons, especially when I saw them live. People were like, okay, they're not as good. So with Horizons, Beyond the Black have carved out their own niche. They've got their own sound, they're infusing, pop, rock and metal to varying degrees of success. So for that, I've got to applaud the band because they do not want to be stuck in someone else's shadow. Before the album release, we got 3 music videos, so 3 singles. These were Misery, Golden Pariahs and Wounded Healer featuring Elise from Amaranth. I reacted to, Wounded Healer, so if you want to hear my thoughts and opinions, I will leave a link to that video at the end. And in that video, I kind of gave my thoughts and opinions on Misery and Golden Pariahs. So yeah, I'm not going to mention those 3 songs in this album review because if you want to know my opinion, go watch that video. They also released a music video for the song Human, which came out on Friday the 19th, so the same day as the album release, and it probably has one of the most accurate lines that you could describe 2020 as. We're born to die. We are human. Yeah, I know this band probably wrote that lyric, a couple years ago, but in 2020 with the pandemic, Human, definitely a fitting song. Did I like it? I'm on the fence. Horizons is the opening track and it is a good balance of, vocals, atmosphere. It's kind of slow and chanty and then gets straight into the instruments. It might be a little bit repetitive. I don't really like how they kept saying Horizons. I get it, it's the name of the song, it's the name of the album. But this song did change my opinion of what I expected this album to be following on from the singles, so all around a good start. Up next is Some Kind of Monster. Now this song was very melodic. It also showcased Jennifer's vocals and how she has grown as a singer. It's a good song, and each song I seem to listen to on this album, like I've already said, changes my opinion, and that's what I like about Beyond the Black. I have constantly changing opinions, and this song, up there with one of my favourite songs of 2020. Next up is Marching On. Now this had a very symphonic opening and I kind of heard a little bit of, classic Beyond the Black. It also showed me that Chris needs a lot more attention, not just now but in the future, because holy hell, that guy can sing and he can play, and I loved his tone and how it complemented Jennifer's. They are clearly a great duo song-wise, so hopefully, we hear more of him in the future. Up next is You're Not Alone, and this had a very strong electronic sound. I could easily hear this on, Heart of the Hurricane, or even as a bonus track on, say, Lost in Forever. It sounds like it's going to be one of those anthem numbers that will be amazing live and will have awesome audience interaction. You're not alone. People in 2020, you're not alone. Beyond the Black have your back. Next we have Out of the Ashes. It is the first piano ballad on the album. Every Beyond the Black album now has to have at least one piano ballad. It's what we expect from the band. They do it well. There were strong emotional lyrics, and out of all the songs on the album, this past week, it is the song that I have played the most because I don't know if it's my current state of mind, but Out of the Ashes is beautiful, and Beyond the Black, you know what you're doing when it comes to a ballad. With the song Paralysed, I was happy to know that Out of the Ashes broke this up from You're Not Alone, because if you had these two songs back to back, they might sound a little repetitive, and you'd never want that on an album. You don't want two songs that sound the same back to back, so Out of the Ashes was a really good breakup. And I also feel like this song, you know, with the catchiness, it's going to be a bop to, you know, when you see this band live, and I love the name. There were some great title names on this album. If I had to pick one song off the album, you know, that really showcases early, like, Beyond the Black, like, vocal and instrument-wise, it would be Coming Home. This is a great song because it clearly shows, like, the fans, you know, that maybe, like myself, might have judged them on the first, you know, few singles, that this is a band that know what they're doing. They know their roots, they haven't forgotten, and, you know, they're just showing us we can do something different, but we can also do something we know the fans will like. Piano ballad number 2 is I Won't Surrender. I don't know what it is about me that loves like these piano ballads that this band do. I know some fans aren't big fans of like, oh, they hear the piano and they're like, oh, it's going to be slow and depressing, but I really like the style and like the elements, like the lyrics, and it's kind of like a nice calm moment, like not amongst like a mess of an album, but it's like a nice calm moment, you know, for Jennifer to shine. It's like, okay guys, we're going to take like a step back. The world might be going to crap, but I'm going to sing you a beautiful song, and I won't surrender. I won't surrender. And the final song closing off the album is Welcome to My Wasteland, and holy hell, this was an amazing way, you know, to close the album. If Horizons was a strong opener, then Welcome to My Wasteland was a good finisher, because you can hear the changes, like vocal-wise, instrument-wise, like lyric-wise, from, you know, say Heart of the Hurricane, but you can also hear elements and like what the band have adapted from their previous albums, so you know it's different, but it's not entirely different, and like this album, full of songs I loved, and I will be the first to admit it that I did jump on the hate bandwagon, you know, when some of those singles were released, and I'm going to explain why. Apart from the single Wounded Healer, I don't know if it was the band that did themselves dirty, or, you know, the decision came from higher up to pick 3 weak singles that clearly did not showcase like the band's old sound or, you know, their smooth transition. The 3 singles heavily focused on a bit of like a pop rock influence, and like fans like myself who have been like with the band since the get-go were like, wait a minute, what? We know they like to infuse like pop into metal, but what is this like kind of rock? Where's the symphonic? Where's the power? And yeah, I don't know who made that decision, but whoever did, this band did dirty with those 3 weak singles, because like I've already said, I jumped on the hate bandwagon because I had such high expectations. Welcome to My Wasteland, Some Kind of Monster, and Marching On, and maybe even You're Not Alone would have been my personal picks if they were going to pick, you know, new singles to showcase the band and like their change, because there is enough elements of change to like appease like new fans, but there's also enough elements from, you know, their old sound to tide over fans like myself. I'm just going to get off this point because I could go into a rant about how other bands have been done dirty in the past with singles, but we are talking about Beyond the Black. As I've already mentioned earlier when I was talking about the song Breakdown, I really want to give a shout out to Chris, because not only can he play amazing guitar, but damn, that voice, like vocal wise, I've already said he compliments Jennifer. I liked his tone and style, and it brought something different to the songs that he was on. And yeah, I would actually say the band as a whole clearly have come into themselves, you know, off Heart of the Hurricane, and it's great to see a band that has adapted, and you know, they want to evolve, and like I've already said in the intro, they've carved out their own niche. They do not want to be compared to other bands in the scene, and I fully understand and I fully support that. A little experimentation never hurt anyone, unless you chose those, you know, 3 weak ass singles that I'm never going to be able to forgive the band for. Yeah. Band, good. Jennifer, good. Lyrics, good. Songs, apart from those 3 weak singles, it's a good album. Yeah. Like, I'm happy that, you know, I talked myself into, like, downloading the album, like, on the release day, and I've had a week to let the song sink in. And yeah, is it the best Beyond the Black album? Hell no. Is it the weakest album? Okay, yeah, it's probably the weakest album of the ones they've released, but it's not awful. It's not as awful as I thought it was going to be, so yeah, that's how I'm going to end this. That's like a bit of contradiction at the end. It's like, it's not the worst album, but out of the other albums it is bad, but it's not bad bad. If I had to give Horizons like a rating out of 5, because albums get, you know, reviews out of 5s, songs get reviews out of 10 on the channel, it makes no sense. I would give Horizons a solid 3 out of 5. That's still good. That's over half. So it was the fact that you had like the other songs on the album made up for the singles, and I liked how it showcased the change, and they kind of still kind of sound the same, but they're growing, which I love. So yeah, I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. In the comments below, I'd love to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on, you know, the songs, the album, the band, even the music videos. Did you like it? Sound off? You know, everyone is entitled to their own opinion here on this channel, and trust me, some of you guys are very opinionated. You know, let's just wrap up this video. If you want to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking a like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. You can check out my last 2 videos or playlist at the end of this video, depending on, you know, what mood I'm in. Even though I've already told you, I'm going to link one of my previous Beyond the Black videos, so if you want to see me react to more of this band, then be sure to click the video at the end. Until next time, I am Beth. Keep listening to good music. Goodbye.